Have you ever met someone who was spectacularly bad at something, yet utterly convinced they were brilliant? Or perhaps you've seen it play out in the financial world, where people with almost no knowledge make incredibly confident, often disastrous, decisions. This isn't just arrogance, it's a specific quirk of your brain, and once you understand it, you'll see it everywhere, including, sometimes, in yourself. This phenomenon has a name: the Dunning-Kruger Effect. It's a cognitive bias where people with low ability at a task often overestimate their own competence. But here's the counterintuitive part. It's not simply that they're ignorant, it's that their incompetence itself prevents them from recognizing their own lack of skill. But they don't just lack knowledge, they lack the metacognitive ability to even know what good knowledge looks like. Think of it like this. To know you're bad at something, you first need to understand what good looks like in that domain. If you can't even grasp the basics, you can't grasp how far off the mark you are. The effect was famously documented by psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger at Cornell University in 1999. They conducted a series of studies, including one where they asked students to rate their own abilities in areas like humor, logic, and grammar. The results were striking. Students who scored in the bottom quartile on these tests consistently overestimated their own performance, often rating themselves as above average. Meanwhile, the top performers, the truly skilled, tended to underestimate times their abilities, assuming tasks that were easy for them were also easy for others. So how does this play out in your financial world? You've seen it. It's the friend who's convinced they've cracked the code on a complex investment strategy after watching a few YouTube videos, dismissing decades of economic research. It's the person who starts a new business venture with boundless confidence, despite ignoring fundamental market research or financial planning. Their overconfidence isn't based on insight. It's based on an incomplete understanding that prevents them from seeing the vast gaps in their knowledge. They're on Mount Stupid, blissfully unaware of the chasms below. This overconfidence isn't just harmless delusion. It leads to real financial risks. People might invest heavily in speculative ventures they don't truly understand, convinced they've found a secret. They might dismiss expert advice, believing their gut feeling is superior. Online, this bias is amplified, with countless self-proclaimed experts confidently dispensing advice they are utterly unqualified to give, and an audience, often just as affected by Dunning-Kruger, unable to discern the charlatans from the genuinely informed. The truly counterintuitive twist is that everyone is susceptible to Dunning-Kruger in some area of their life. You might be highly competent in your profession, but when you venture into a new domain, say learning about home renovations or a new investment vehicle, you start at the bottom. Your limited knowledge can quickly lead to overconfidence before you realize the true complexity. The good news, as you learn more, you actually become less confident, realizing the depth of what you don't know. You descend into the valley of despair before climbing towards true expertise. So, the one trick to spotting Dunning-Kruger in yourself is to embrace that initial humility when encountering something new. The Dunning-Kruger effect reminds us that true competence comes with self-awareness. It's not just about what you know, but knowing what you don't know. The less competent you are, the more likely you are to overestimate your abilities. The more competent, the more likely you are to underestimate them. And the path to true mastery often involves periods of self-doubt as you confront the vastness of knowledge. Embrace the discomfort of learning, and you'll navigate the peaks and valleys of competence with greater wisdom. So how do you defend against Dunning-Kruger? Actively seek out diverse feedback, especially from those more experienced than you. Be skeptical of your own initial confidence in new areas. And most importantly, cultivate a lifelong habit of learning, knowing that every new piece of knowledge often reveals two more questions. If you found this dive into your brain's quirks fascinating, make sure to like and subscribe for more insights into the psychology of money.